Welcome to another edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle. Coming up today, we'll recap the game against Monmouth at home last week for UNCW. We'll also have two player profiles, the big guys, Kamari McGriff and Amari Kelly. Our play of the week, the player of the week, and we look ahead the month of February here, the last month of conference play for UNCW. We'll take a look at those standings and look ahead to two games this week, one at home, one on the road for UNCW. All that straight ahead, this edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle. It starts right now. Well, UNCW ate light week last week. Only one game, the game at home against Monmouth and Trask Coliseum. We'll talk about that one here. Mike Vaccaro with the coach, Takeo Siddle. And Coach, you closed out the month of January already. Now you flip the page to February here. This season's going by fast.
It does go by fast, Mike. I'm always on the guys about just staying in the day that we're in and making sure we maximize that day. And, before you know it, it'll be over with. So the goal is to get better every single day and take it one day at a time.
Well, let's talk about this Monmouth matchup. Coming in, tough record for them, but you knew they were going to be a tough out as well in conference play. You got all you wanted and then some against this team.
Yeah, it's not normal to see a team that's 1-20. I think they were 1-20 coming in, and to see them get better over the course of the year. And they're playing a lot harder, playing with more intent than what they did the first time around and even earlier on in the season. And, it's just a testament to, their coach and the way they run their program. But, yeah, they fought. They fought really hard. We knew they would. We prepared the guys for it. I thought we handled it well. I thought we made big plays when we needed to.
And it was a defensive kind of game. This is a game, as we saw earlier, from this group, your group here. The defense certainly stood out for me.
Yeah, we wanted to hold them under 50 points. And, their percentages were bad, but we wanted to hold them under 50 points. And we did that. Our guys really took a stance on defense, and we were communicating. We've been really getting better defensively over the course of the year, and, we showcased that against Monmouth.
And I thought you made the big plays. You were out rebounded overall, but you had the key rebounds down the stretch in this game.
We did on both ends. Malik had a huge stick back for an and one, and then on the defensive end, different guys came up with big rebounds. When you look at it, Shaquem, Donovan came up with some big rebounds from the guard position, and then Amari Kelly came up with some big rebounds. So we didn't out-rebound them, but we came up with big ones when we needed them.
Well, again, another big win for UNCW along the way in conference play. Let's take a look now at the highlights from last week in Trask Coliseum.
Get it. White drives it in. White flips it up. No good. Follow tip is for Amari Kelly.
There's that transition play. Missed the layup.
Fake. Drives. Kicks it out front to Harden Hayes. Harden Hayes. Three. Boy, he is just feeling it right now. 2 for 2 so far in this game. Seahawk blocks, spins it. Kicks it out. Newby. Feet set. Three. All net for Donovan Newby.
So that's how it's a
Harvey. Now to White. Good ball movement. White drives. Takes some contact. Count the bucket. And a triple or stripe coming up as well on a foul by Monmouth. In the paint now to Farrar. Jump stop. Shot good for Nick Farrar. Bounce pass wide open was Harden Hayes. Nice feed. And Harden Hayes with 9 points. Ties the game at 20. Fumbles. Left away by White. Put back with go. Farrar the rebound. Seahawks with some numbers. Farrar lead the break. Stepping through. Laying up and in with the left hand.
You could tell once he got the rebound, he got momentum, baby.
Driving into the paint, knocks his man over, flips up a shot, counted! Says Clarence Armstrong, and he called a blocking foul on Miles Foster. Knocked away and stolen by Harvey. Harvey leads it! First race, Zarian White, who flushes it through a flying machine dunk of the game. And this game for a double-digit lead if they can get it. Phillips jump shot, gives it to him. First field goal, first points of the game for Shotgun Phillips. Hofstra basketball, throws it away, stolen by White. White hammers it home with a two-handed jam. Another flying machine dunk of the game provided by Trazarian White. 30. Bills to drive it in, right corner to White. White's three in the corner, rattles home. Drive in the dish. And now Collins dribbles out of it, drives it in, steps it through, flips it up and in off the glass for Shotgun Phillips. Kelly whips it right side of Harden Hayes down low to White. Ball movement is Trazarian White banks it in to the right side. Shot clock, Newby drives it in. Newby off the glass and scores.
Well, you see the final score there, 52-49. Coach, as you said, your goal was to hold them under 50. You did here in this game. And both teams, a lot of turnovers, but both the teams, as you look deeper, a lot of steals as well. So defenses were really active in this game.
They were. We play the same way. They play the same style as us. And, I thought each team imposed their will on the other. And, we turned it over way too much for my liking, and we'll clean that up. But, I think both teams had a lot to do with it.
It was Malik Harden Hayes, 14 points, 16 points for Trazarian White. So those two combined for 30 of your 52. But then after that, everybody kind of had a role. Everybody contributed here when you look at the way the points were broken down this game.
Yeah, that's what this team is all about. And, we've been injured a little bit. Some different guys have been thrusted in some different roles and forced to play a little bit more than normal. And, they're coming in and contributing. And that's what this team has done all year.
Donovan Newby got the toughness chain. He had 4 steals. He was really good defensively in this game for sure.
He did. He came up with 2 really clutch steals at the end to really secure the game for us. And, we've been on him about being tougher and making tougher plays. And, he's grown all year.
7-3 now in conference play again to close out the month of January. You've got to be pleased with where you're sitting right now heading into the last month.
We are. I can't think of a better position to be in. I told you this the other day, as we go into the back half of conference, some teams will kind of just level off, some teams will drop off, and some teams will really take off. And I can feel us, getting ready to take off. Our energy is where it needs to be, our focus is where it needs to be. And, I know the guys are locked in right now.
Yeah, just 8 conference games left, 4 at home, 4 on the road for UNCW. But again, 7-3 right now heading into that final month. We'll take a break here. When we get back, our first of 2 player profiles today. Kamari McGriff, the first of those, comes your way next.
Behind every journey is the road that got you there, and your Carolina Ford dealer is there for every mile. That's what it means to be true blue. Right now, get great offers on a wide selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Ford trucks and SUVs ranked #1 in brand loyalty. We're going the extra mile so you'll be true blue too. Now get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 retail customer cash on the new 2022 Ford F-150, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
Life-changing, life-changing, life-changing flavor.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do the Dew.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu only at Hardee's.
Well, with only one game to recap, we have 2 player profiles today, and the first man up is one of the bigs, Kamari McGriff. And Coach, this is a guy, he's still very young in his basketball background. He was a swimmer, hasn't played a whole lot of basketball, but you see a lot of potential when you see him on the floor.
Yeah, he's still young and very inexperienced. And if you come in and practice, you watch him, he's growing every day. You know, he's a guy that's fallen in love with the process. He stays in the gym and you know, he works at it. He cares about it. You know, he's gotten better every single day. I don't think I've ever seen a young man, you know, develop at such a rapid pace as he has. And his best basketball is ahead of him.
You see Amari Kelly, you know, the way he has improved from last year to this year. Do you see similarities with these 2 guys and you know, the size and just the body makeup of Kamari McGriff and Amari Kelly?
I do. You know, they're different in their skill set. You know, Kamari is more of a, you know, run and jump type athlete. And, you know, his skill set is better than what we expected it to be. You know, he can handle the ball like a guard and make some plays off the dribble. His back to the basket game isn't as polished as Amari Kelly, and his skill set to pass isn't as polished as Amari's. But, you know, he's got some skills that can be really effective in this league.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you see him kind of growing and fitting into this league and being a factor as his career continues?
Yeah, he just needs to get stronger, and we'll really focus in on that this offseason. I want him to put on about 15, 20 pounds of muscle if possible. He's got to get stronger, his whole body, so he can bang down there and you know, be able to handle the physicality of some of the post players in this league. But I do see him having a really good career here.
Well, again, our first of 2 Pepsi player profiles. It is Kamari McGriff. John Smith has more.
Welcome back. John Smith joined here with Kamari McGriff. Coming into your 2nd season, how has the transition gone from being your first year on campus to now?
This year I've been a lot more comfortable. I already know the ins and outs of everything. I know how practice is going to go. I know, you know, what we're going to do. And I already know the system, so it's been a lot more fun. I've been able to experiment more since I already know the basics. So I've been able to, you know, rock out a little bit.
Is it a feeling that you try to, you know, tell the freshmen that it will come, that you just it's a transition, you know, going from the high school game to the college game? It's a huge difference. Everybody on your team was the best player on their team.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. Honestly, that's what I was planning on doing, but these 2 freshmen we have this year, like, they came ready. They came making their impact known. Like, when they sub in or if they're on your team in practice, you have a good teammate. It's not like the level drops at all, so that's good.
What have you done this offseason to change yourself and change your game? It seems like you've transformed your body.
Yeah, that's the main thing for me, was just putting on weight. When I got here, I was, you know, 175, grown 1.5 inches since getting here. And it's just been getting my body and my mind ready for this level.
Your expectations for your opportunity when you get on the court?
This year?
Yeah.
I'm trying to kill every time I'm on the court. Even if I'm getting limited minutes or even if I'm getting a little more, just give it my all. So then when I do come out, I feel like I've accomplished something.
This team is rather deep. Minutes, you know, are only, you have to make the most of what you can get. How important is that mentality that it's the team first, that I'm going to do what's best for this team?
Oh, that has to be the mindset. You know, it's a good problem to have when you have a lot of people fighting for a little bit of minutes because you're deep. You know, you can go a lot of places. You can switch up the lineups depending on who you're playing. But unless everyone's putting it all out there and not worried about getting tired and getting subbed, then it's not going to work. But thankfully, everybody's buying in.
There was a long win streak, 12 games last year. It seems like everybody's back at Trask. How exciting and how much of a boost is that arena when it's rocking?
It's a blessing, honestly. Like, you can just feel the love. When we have home games, it feels like it's something we're excited about for the whole week. Then when we go on the road to somewhere that's cold and the stadium's empty, it's like it's business. Like, you got to create your own energy. Our bench has to be loud because other places, their fans aren't like ours.
When you look at this season, you guys, have a title. You were one of the teams that had a win at the end of the season. How do you improve?
We can improve a lot, honestly. We're going to take it one game at a time for sure, but we have high expectations. We all know, our coaches know, they tell us every day that we have a talented group and we can be something special. We just got to buy in and take it one game at a time.
Appreciate it, Kamari McGriff. John Smith will be right back.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand-cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand-peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand-carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand-slicing, then tossing our boneless wings and our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Fortune with Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Excited to be on the UNCW campus today to talk to you about this week's Medical Minute. Shoulder injuries are extremely common in sports, recreational, and job-related activities. These injuries can range from chronic overuse injuries to traumatic injuries like shoulder separations, dislocations, and even rotator cuff tears. Sometimes injuries can be prevented, but sometimes with traumatic injuries they are not preventable. But we always talk about preventative strategies to try to limit their effects. One of the biggest things to consider is rotator cuff strength as well as upper back strength, in addition to good posture throughout your day. As always, if these symptoms persist, please come see us at Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Our goal is to support you with easily accessible world-class care for all your orthopedic and sports medicine needs.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Well, we go from Kamari to Amari, another player profile here. And again, Amari Kelly, coach, he has really grown as a player on the floor and a leader as well, as we've talked about here recently. But what do you really like about what he's been able to do right now in his senior season?
On the court, he's really produced for us. Maybe more than I expected him to. He's taken a huge jump, and he's worked at it. But off the court, he's really matured, and I think it's helped him on the court. I think he's one of those young men that, the light bulb just came on for him, and he's really flipped the switch, and I'm very proud of him.
Transfer last year from Duquesne, and it seems like it's taken him maybe a year to kind of really get adjusted, and again, his role has changed this year as well.
It has. Last year was more of a backup guy to James Baker, playing about 12, 13 minutes a game. Now he's a high minutes guy. He's a starter for us, and he's really stepped up in the leadership department for us.
And you look at him, he has a tendency sometimes to get into foul trouble. When he doesn't, he's a factor on the court.
He is. And we, talk to him about his fouling. We show it to him, and he's grown from game to game. But when he's out there on the court, he definitely makes us a better team.
Yeah, having a really nice season here again, becoming a leader, becoming a vocal leader, as you mentioned as well after that tough setback at Hofstra. He was the guy that kind of met with the team.
He was, and he's a guy that's a connector. You asked me this a year ago, I wouldn't have said this, but he's a connector. You can tell he's maturing, and he cares about winning, and he's bought into our program, and he's trying to bring some other guys along with him. So very proud of him. We need him to be a leader, a vocal leader on this team, and he's been doing that.
Once again, John Smith has our Pepsi player profile on Amari Kelly.
Welcome back. John Smith joined here with UNCW forward/center Amari Kelly. Coming off an amazing season, what was your first year in experience here at UNCW like?
It was fun. It was a lot of learning experience. Last year we started off the season a little slow, and then, we picked it up and went on that 12-game winning streak. It was pretty historic.
You go out, win a championship, CBI championship. Only a handful of teams can say that they won the last game that they played. You come into a brand new season, into a preseason. How much more work has to be put in to continue that success?
I think we got a long way to go, but I do feel like we're better than we were last year, but definitely have a long way to go, and just kind of been stacking our days.
For you personally, what is a day like here at UNCW for you?
Just getting up early, working out, classes, really long practices.
How have you improved your game, and what have you done to get better?
Just over this summer, really, I wanted to improve my defense. We do a lot of switching and stuff, so I wanted to make sure that I wasn't a liability out there when we were switching. Offensively, I had to grow into a bigger role, being that all the seniors have left, and so we have to be able to pick up those points that are dropping off. So just been working on getting more confident, playing with more confidence, and just being more aggressive.
Every team has to have, whether it be a vocal, non-vocal, but a leader. Have you tried to take some of that role and gone out and become a leader?
Yeah, I think definitely over this summer, probably one of the biggest jumps I've made was becoming a more vocal leader and just making sure, just keeping the guys together and kind of keeping that winning championship mentality that we had last year.
Winning breeds confidence. Confidence can be, maybe construed as a swagger. Do you guys have to have that to be successful this year?
Oh, for sure. We definitely have to have that. I think that's kind of like a part of our identity, having that scrappy swagger with us. It keeps us going.
You said that 12-game winning streak. With that 12-game winning streak, the fans, they started packing Trask. What does that mean?
That means a lot. Honestly, I would say if it wasn't for the fans that showed out last year, a lot of those games we probably wouldn't have came back from. That energy and just the atmosphere of playing in Trask is unreal. I've never experienced anything like it.
UNCW forward Amari Kelly. We'll be right back.
Behind every journey is the road that got you there, and your Carolina Ford dealer is there for every mile. That's what it means to be true blue. Right now, get great offers on a wide selection of new Ford vehicles in stock and ready for delivery. Ford trucks and SUVs ranked #1 in brand loyalty. We're going the extra mile so you'll be true blue too. Now get 0% financing for 36 months, plus $1,000 retail customer cash on a new 2022 Ford F-150, only at your Carolina Ford dealer.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Just like my mama said, hard times never go away, natural born. When the world wants you to sink or swim, I ain't gonna go.
Michelob Ultra, 2.6 carbs and 95 calories.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do the do.
At Hardee's, no matter what you choose, it's the right choice. Because our new 4 for $6 deal lets you make your own combo. Mix and match, then feast or snack on the food you're craving, all for just $6. Combine your favorite flavors into the perfect deal with our new 4 for $6 menu, only at Hardee's.
Time for this week's Flying Machine Play of the Week. We go back to that Monmouth game, a big offensive putback late in the contest, really a difference maker in the game for UNCW. Let's take a look.
Spins, wild shot, halfway popped out. Oh,
Well, once again, our flying machine play of the week, Coach. Again, some key rebounds down the stretch, and that put back the and one from Malik Harden-Hayes, maybe the difference maker in this game against Monmouth. And well, you just see his athleticism, plays like that. He's had tip-back dunks during the season as well, and comes up with some big plays when you need him to.
Yeah, for sure. And you know, we were struggling to score, and you know, the game was kind of hanging right there for anybody to go take, and that was a huge momentum play for us when we needed it. And you know, he's been special for us through this stretch, and you know, he's a guy that just does whatever it takes to win, playing hard, playing with a motor, going to the offensive glass. He's one of our best offensive rebounders, and that was such a clutch rebound for us.
So Harden-Hayes providing us our flying machine play of the week. He's also the Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. As we take a look at his numbers for the week, just the one game, but 14 points, 44% shooting from the field, 50% from three. Double figures now 13 times this season. And I asked you the other day, Coach, on the radio show, is he all conference the way he's playing right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We're one of the top teams in the league. He's arguably our best player right now. Statistic-wise, it's not even close. You know, he's put some big numbers up. He's had some career highs through this stretch. He's absolutely a first or second team all-league guy.
Yeah, he's a guy that, again, he had 28 points at A&T, 31 points at Stony Brook as well, averaging over 15 points in conference games. Malik Harden-Hayes, this week's Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. Well, they'll need Harden-Hayes others this week for UNCW. 2 games coming up. We'll take a break and talk about those matchups next.
People have trusted Reed's Jewelers with their life's moments since 1946. That's because we're family-owned. We treat everyone who walks through our doors or visits our website as a part of our family. We have a beautiful selection of jewelry and watches for any occasion. We offer free shipping and returns, as well as multiple payment options to make sure you find the perfect gift. See why people have trusted Reed's Jewelers to celebrate their life's moments for over 75 years.
Game day at Walk-Ons is just different, and it starts with the way our teammates prep each dish from our scratch menu. No shortcuts. We are hand cutting every single mozzarella log straight from the block, hand peeling, stuffing, and bacon wrapping each voodoo shrimp, hand carving ribeyes for our steaks and po' boys, and hand slicing, then tossing our boneless wings in our house-made sauces. With wall-to-wall TVs and food like this, why would you want to watch anywhere else? That's game day, the Walk-Ons way.
Hi, I'm Dr. Chad Fortune with Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Excited to be on the UNCW campus today to talk to you about this week's Medical Minute. Shoulder injuries are extremely common in sports, recreational, and job-related activities. These injuries can range from chronic overuse injuries to traumatic injuries like shoulder separations, dislocations, and even rotator cuff tears. Sometimes injuries can be prevented, but sometimes with traumatic injuries they are not preventable. But we always talk about preventative strategies to try to limit their effects. One of the biggest things to consider is rotator cuff strength as well as upper back strength, in addition to good posture throughout your day. As always, if these symptoms persist, please come see us at Wilmington Health Orthopedic and Sports Medicine. Our goal is to support you with easily accessible world-class care for all your orthopedic and sports medicine needs.
Preparing for the big game, athletes practice countless hours year-round. Then, it's game time, and their fans get to see the results, cheering on their team to a win. At Coastline Insurance, we're working hard behind the scenes, preparing for when you need us, because we want our customers to be our biggest fans. Let Coastline Insurance shop your coverage and find out why we say, when we shop, you win. Find us online at coastlineinsurance.com.
Again, we flip the page to February and we take a look at our Hardy CA standings. Coach, right now sitting in 4th place. Charleston atop the standings. It is Townsend and Hofstra tied for 2nd. But again, the goal is to be in that top 4. And you're sitting right there with a chance potentially to move up this week.
Yeah, all we can do, Mike, is worry about ourselves. You know, a couple of weeks ago, the main goal that I told the guys for us is to make sure we get better every day and make sure we become more connected as a team every day. And if we can do those things, we'll be sitting right where we need to be when it's all said and done.
And we'll see what happens here as you take a look at A&T, the next opponent for UNCW, sitting right in the middle right now. A dangerous team here is North Carolina A&T. Coach, play them Thursday night, 7 o'clock in Trask Coliseum. It was a tight one. You get the victory. It was your school record 13th straight win in Greensboro earlier this season. But you know, again, this is a very good team, very athletic team, and some good players.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be tough. They have dynamic guard play. And when you have good guard play, you can win at a high level, and they do have that. And they have 3 really good guards and some other guys coming off the bench that provide some really good things for their team. But you know, it's going to be a tough one. We beat them at their place. We actually had a 15-point lead and kind of blew it, but they had a lot to do with that. So they're going to be ready for us. They're coming off a loss, and it's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, Cam Woods, their dynamic guard, 3rd leading scorer in the conference, averaging over 18 points a game. Again, that game is on Thursday. Then it is William & Mary Saturday at 2 o'clock. We'll have that game for you on the breeze if you cannot make it to Williamsburg, Virginia. So again, Coach, at home, on the road as well, and I'm sure some motivation for that William & Mary game. Not that you're looking past A&T, but this is a team that beat you at home and a chance to even up the season series on the road.
Yeah, we need to take care of business today, and then you know, on Thursday, take care of business. And then we'll focus in on William & Mary and what we need to do better to have a different outcome.
All right, so again, our walk-ons, what's coming up for UNCW? Again, Thursday at home and Saturday on the road. And if you cannot make it out to those games, we'll have them for you both on the breeze. Thursday's game on Flow Sports as well. Coach, best of luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Another busy week for UNCW. We appreciate you joining us. We'll have those highlights next week as well. We'll see you next week. Another edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.